Another episode of repairing my Tesla Model Y. This episode today is about repairing the seat, how to deal with this will be the first part because I haven't got all the parts required yet. So number one thing is taking this entire seat assembly of the car, which I will provide instruction in the other video that I'm linking on right here. So once you take off the entire seat assembly, move it to a space where you can operate things on. I put a couple pieces of wood, 2x4s and 3x1s that I had at home to just support where the bolts are mounted to the car frame so that it doesn't damage other things, so that or things like this particular electrical harness, I don't want to accidentally damage any of that part. And to me, the only thing that needs to be repaired is actually this part. The airbag was being deployed and created a bunch of popped open stitches right here on the leather. Other than that, we'll be replacing the airbag itself, which I'll walk through how to get there. So when you have the seat, it's actually relatively easy to remove. In the beginning, the first thing you need to do is remove this headrest piece. The headrest piece was actually locked down right here using by these two metal pins. So all you need to do is you get a flathead screwdriver, push this in a little bit, pull it out. Same thing for here, you push it in a little bit, pull it out. Once those two pins, the two pins here on the headrest actually function as like a locking mechanism for the shell of the backrest. So once you pull it out, the shell backrest will be leaning back. It was also attached on the bottom, as you can see right here. The bottom piece, it has like plastic hook hooking up to one of the things right there. I mean, I don't want to flip the seat over again, but basically once you do that, the only thing you need to worry about the back rest of the seat is mechanically attached to the frame of the seat using a bunch of plastic hooks like this. The only thing that's electrical was this particular wire, the green piece. This is a green wire with a green cap that's connected to one of the piece on the bottom. I'm not gonna show it right here, but basically it's relatively easy to remove. It's for heating of the seat back. All you need to do is get a flathead screwdriver, and the misleading part is you will see don't have to worry about these two white pieces. You don't have to worry about pulling or pushing those. There's a like tab where you have to press, and at the same time you have to stick in your flathead screwdriver to here. So pressing that using your finger alone is not going to be sufficient. Once you poke that piece with a flathead screwdriver, press it, and you can take that thing very easily. If you're feeling with friction from taking it out, you're doing it wrong. There must be engaged, the piece must be coupled somewhere. So once that's taken out, you remove all the plastic hooks that was connected, things like these ones. 1, 2, these are 3, 4, 5. Those are 5 on the side. 2 on the bottom, I believe. This is 2. Oh, forgot to mention there is one thing you need to unscrew, which is right here. What I was showing earlier. This hole was using that bolt to the frame, and these two are being locked up using plastic hooks right here. Very easy to remove because everything on the leather seat has a little bit elasticity. You have to stretch a little bit. Things like these are fastening as the same thing. You need a 10 millimeter socket to remove that. Once you remove that part, you should be able to take the entire seat back together, the leather, the foam, together with the airbag before it was removed, everything taken off. Then you're operating with this. So how it works was on the side of the foam, I'll just do a anatomy right here. Okay, and anatomy of that is reverse engineering purely. I don't know how it was designed. So basically the foam on the left side, this is the driver's seat. So on the left side of it has an open end. This is the open end to keep the, this is basically the space as a reserve for the airbag. And the airbag was actually, this is a leather piece. These are stitched together, and this is a chute for the airbag. So the opening was right here. So this end is the open end, supposed to be stitched together. When you got a new airbag, you just stitch it right here, put it right here. And the airbag come with a couple pins, I forgot to mention. Airbag come with these two. Oh, forgot to mention about how to disconnect the airbag. The airbag, the end piece right here was actually connected to here. To expose this part, you have to, the upholstery was right here. You have to push forward to expose this part, and to take it off, this one's relatively easy. You just pull this down a little bit, the black piece and the yellow piece. You pull the black piece down a little bit towards this way, and then you should be able to pull everything out very easily. I have only one hand holding it. I wouldn't be able to show it to you. Then after that's disengaged, these two are actually mounted, I believe, on these two holes, and you need another 10mm socket to remove those. Using retro wrench is easier, mainly because the space limited here. When upholstery is here, you have to like stuck it in right here, and do retro wrench works better than normal wrenches. And then what else? Yeah, and after that you have the foam right here with the leather on it. This piece was in it. Once you disconnect these two pieces, if your airbag's deployed already, you should be able to take it out already at this point. But if your airbag's not deployed for whatever reason, then I don't understand why you're repairing the seat. If it's not, you should be able to take it out, slide it out carefully from this chute right here. The pins are, these two pins are basically here. These are the holes that the pins were exposed, and this hole here was where this piece stick out and connect with the electric harness. So once you take out the airbag, the remaining part is easy to do. It's just separating the leather with the foam itself. The foam, there's two type of connections. One is this, it's called, like, I think it's called hog ring. I think it's called hog ring. It's basically like a U-shaped ring, and all you need to just pry it. It's plastic, so you don't have to cut it or make any damage. Be very careful, because all of the pieces here, including the strips here, they're all connected to this foam right here, and so the other side, you can easily damage the foam if you pull really hard. So what I did here is, you see, this is the part that connects the leather with the foam. So the piece right here connects with the strip right here, so you can see little dots. So what I'll do is I will press on the dot and separate the, dragging the other with the other hand, dragging the leather to separate one dot at a time, slowly proceeding toward the end. When I reach the top part, I'll do the same thing. I do just maybe moving a 1/4 inch or maybe 1/2 inch at a time to avoid accidentally pulling this entire thing away. So this is a bad example. This is where I didn't do very well. Maybe it came damaged. You can see the other side, it was separated from the foam, and once the entire thing separated from, you're done. So be patient, carefully separate this part and remove the, I would suggest doing the separation of those first, and then remove the clips. Then you should be able to separate the leather cover and the foam. And for my particular case, the only thing that need to be repaired was actually this open stitches. The stitches right here, they're open by the airbag being deployed. Options are, I can stitch it by hand myself, or I can find an upholstery service locally, which I ask a quote for. The price that I'm getting is minimum $150 up to maybe $200, which I don't think is worth it. So, and also how they do it is they're gonna do a stitch it together, so the hole, you'll be able to see the holes, because they won't be able to reuse the tiny holes here. What I'm talking about is these holes. They will be making new holes when they're doing the stitching machine. So what I was thinking is, you know, I don't want to waste $200. Might as well just get one of the sewing kit and do sewing myself, and I can also reuse all the stitch holes. That'll be the part 2 for this video, and we'll see how well that goes.